got a comment. It didn't come up on the video yet. I had to go onto my emails to read the whole message from a person saying that I'm barking up the wrong tree with my video about covering up the paedophile. One thing that was said was that they're surprised if I go out of my house because there's paedophiles everywhere. Yes, there are paedophiles everywhere. And should I have been, what did the message say about being told? Would you be told if there was a paedophile? Well, the point is that I can understand where you're coming from, but I'm going to have to be, I would have been in that hall every week, sat near a paedophile, and as a paedophile sits there and gets his jollies from the children and goes near my children and puts his hand on them and things like that, and then we'll go home and masturbate over that sort of thing. As I have done a lot of research on paedophiles, they reoffend. And he was doing that. He would come near the children and try and talk to them and things like that. Now, the elder that did tell me, he left the congregation, and I was told by the elders in my own congregation and other congregations, local congregations, that I shouldn't have been told that he was a paedophile. I think I should have been told. And for a long time, I didn't leave because he was there. I left because he was acting on his paedophile ways. And you say that the elders stop things from happening. Well, they don't. He was supposed to stay on his side of the hall and not come to the children, and he did. So how much further would he be willing to go? My children, what if one time they went to the toilet on their own and I didn't know, and the elders weren't watching? There was a few times when the elders weren't watching, elders meetings. He came over and stood talking to a woman in front of my daughter, and this woman didn't like him and he knew that, and he stood right in front of my daughter and he was glaring at her. Why was he doing that? If you think that's okay for him to do that, and you'll be all right with your kid, but sitting your kid in front of a paedophile while he gawps at them, then you put your children in that position. If you have children, so your comment is a bit stupid, really. It's against what I experienced. As for them covering it up, well, they said I shouldn't have been told. They haven't told the rest of the congregation. The man was having sexual thoughts. He would have reoffended, and he was going to Thailand. Why was he going to Thailand? What do paedophiles go to Thailand for? I can see where you're coming from, but it's all wrong and against what I experienced. Time will tell. When someone comes to the hall and the elders don't watch, like they didn't, and they make mistakes, and that paedophile acts upon his sexual urge, and the child sits on his lap that's visiting the hall, and he puts his hand somewhere, then you will be removing your comment, which I don't know why your comment has come up yet. I don't know if you maybe thought about what you're saying and removed it. I don't know. If it comes up, then I'm sure JWs will tell you a few stories about it being covered up, because that's the way it is. They hide it, and yes, they do. You should be told, and they should be watching him and stopping the things that they do, because it's not just the actual touching a child. It's the looking, it's the staring, it's going near them. They get the jollies from it. So anyway.